Hey Radio UNT, this is Joanne with It's About Who I Serve Thursdays. So I was just thinking about the culture that we live in, right? I'm a millennial, so everything is all about social media, cell phones, hashtags, things going viral, who can get the most likes. It's to the point now where you can get paid a lot of money to post videos on YouTube. And I was just kind of thinking about the instant gratification that my peers have, like the kind of mentality that we've kind of grown to live by. And it made me think a lot about Christ. And back then, when people, they didn't have that, you know what I mean? People would travel miles by foot just to go tell someone that Jesus healed them of their disease. Things were a lot more precious. The time that they spent together were a lot more intimate. It was face to face. And I'm just thinking about even the culture of the church has changed so much when it comes to social media and things like that. One thing that's kind of just been breaking my heart, I like to call it righteous anger. It's the things that I've been seeing about people posting, and it's Jesus based, right? It's all about God, giving God glory, but a lot of the times the people that clicked post are the ones that are usually living the lifestyle that they know they shouldn't be living. And it breaks my heart because Jesus has become viral. We've made him popular. You know, he's a hashtag now. We can kind of click, boom, and know all about Jesus. He's become popular, but he's not personal. And so I found a couple verses that I want to share. Matthew 7:21 through 23 says, "Not everyone who says to me, 'Lord, Lord,' will enter the kingdom of heaven, but the one who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. On that day, many will say to me, 'Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name and cast out demons in your name and do many mighty works in your name?' And then I will declare to them, 'I never knew you. Depart from me, you workers of lawlessness.'" And it makes me think of all the people who are starting all of these brands and all of these companies, and it's not to take away from that. I don't want anyone to feel like I'm coming at them right now. But sometimes I do question the things that I see. Were you really called to do these things? Or are you a worker of lawlessness, as the word says? It's not about making Jesus known if you don't know him for yourself. Who are you introducing if you don't even know it? That's like me meeting a complete stranger and bringing that stranger to a friend that I do know and saying, "Hey, I want you to meet such and such. I don't know where they work. I don't know what they do. I don't know anything about them. How are you really going to introduce that person?" And it's the same way. We're all like, we want to tell the world about Jesus, but we don't even know what we're telling them. We're literally the blind leading the blind. The next verse is 2 Timothy 4, verses 2 through 4. "Preach the word. Be ready in season and out of season. Reprove, rebuke, and exhort with complete patience and teaching. For the time is coming when people will not endure sound teaching, but having itching ears they will accumulate for themselves teachers to suit their own passions, and will turn away from listening to this truth and wander off into myths." We've gotten so comfortable living out the feel-good faith. We go to church. We go to the church that doesn't hold us accountable, that kind of lets us slip in and out without speaking. The one that kind of hypes us up, makes us feel good about ourselves for a good hour, and then we go back to living whatever life we want. And we stay away from the churches that are actually preaching the word of God, that will lead to conviction and accountability and transformation, and will cause you to sit down and stare your sin in its face, that will cause you to really surrender, arms wide open, knees on the ground, tears running down your face. We've kind of drifted away from that. We want the more exciting thing. We want the glitz and glam of our Christianity. We want people to look at us and say, "Wow, what a great child of God. Look at her up on that stage," or "Look at her working in her ministry," or "Look at her praying out loud," right? We want that kind of relationship, but we don't want the one where we're stripped away, and we have to be transparent, and we have to be vulnerable, and we have to choose intimacy. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. I really want for my generation, and believe me, I'm preaching to myself, okay? I really desire for our generation to be okay with getting from behind the computer and getting in front of the word. I desire for our generation to know him and really know him before trying to be the one to make the introduction. I desire for our generation to be real about where they are, that this walk is not feel good all the time, that sometimes we will go through it. You know what I mean? Before these people walked miles back into their town to tell people that they were healed, they had leprosy and paralysis and demons for years. These were people that were broken and low for years. And those were the people that Jesus chose to heal. And then he told them to go into all the world and tell them, right? And so we're broken right now. We have the leprosy. We are paralyzed. We are broken. And Jesus is ready to meet us. He's ready to come give us that healing in order for us to go tell the world. But we're so caught up in trying to look like we have it all together and that we already know Christ, we're missing the bigger picture. I just desire for us to stop, click, and actually start living. And so that's my word for today. I hope it made sense. Praying for my millennials and all those that will get this message.